Welcome back to the North Remembers, a discussion on the House of a Dragon. We are on episode 5, which they called Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken, which is like Dorne, right? I am calling it Beasts Before Our End. So it starts with the rivermen camp.
Well, you're going to cover it. We were just talking about it.
So that's why it slipped my mind, because we were already talking about it. Okay, so the opening credits.
The new end of the intro.
That little end of the two guys.
Well, we have Allison and Helena.
Yeah, which shows them as like captors, I guess, as part of Rhaenyra's thing. Kind of just...
Rhaenyra's ascension to them as captors.
Yeah,
and
captives. Then two guys, and we can't quite figure out who they are. Could be Larys and the king, Aegon, and the way they're kind of...
Well, they're both brown of hair, so we don't think it's that one as much. We go Cole or Gwaine, or what did Tisha say it could be?
What did you say? Their separation,
Ormond and Darren.
Oh,
Ormond and Darren.
Ormond and Darren, and how they're having their little back and forth with learning and whatnot. We'll have to see. I can never tell if some of them are predictions.
Could be them in the Sept at the end where they had Viserion,
where they had Viserion and he had to prove his willingness to be king and what it takes to rule at the end of the last episode. So into the opening scene, we're at the rivermen's camp, right? And Rowdy, God, I love him. He's just sitting there.
Sharpening an axe. It's not a sword. He's got a
fucking hacker, right? And the guy's basically giving a report that all the bridges are damaged, the crossing that they're about to go through is damaged, and that they'll need to repair it. Or Rowdy says you'll need to fucking repair it.
Yeah.
I guess you'll need to fucking repair it. And he's like, that'll take men and lumber and all this shit we don't have, and we'll lose them. And the kid comes up with Tully, right, to go get a barge. Send your fastest riders, go get a barge, bring it back, and we'll kind of use it to cross.
Yeah.
And then build the bridge later or whatever. He's like, all right. And he's like, it'll delay us, but it's the best we could do.
Yeah.
You know, we're not letting the queen down, but we're going to have to be a little slower than we planned. And the guy's like, okay, yes. He leaves. And Rowdy is pissed. He's like, how long do we have to suffer this Cole and his band of fucking keeper-uppers or whatever?
They swarm around us like...
fucking horseflies.
Yeah.
Something else we do not tolerate in the North. And he's like, better than frostbite. He goes, but I am sick. Tully says this. I am sick of Cole, either north or south. He's like, all right then, charge me and my wolves.
We'll hunt him down.
We'll fucking hunt it down, bring him. And he's like, well, why don't we play his game? I didn't know what that meant just yet. And then you do find out later. And then all of a sudden, that same guy that was talking with
Tully, he's going to go get the barge.
Yeah, goes to his tent to relax for the night. And right after he gets there, he hears one of his guards, like, he hears commotion.
He hears a thud or something like that.
Like armor plating sounded like it moved. Like, and he's like, he didn't even have time to take his fucking coat off.
Yeah, he just like looked in like a mirror or something. He's like, wait, what? And goes out and checks, and his guards are both fucking dead on the ground. He's like,
nobody else is noticing in their tents either.
Yeah.
And he's like,
what the hell just happened?
Boom, throat slit. Cole's just fucking Rambo, all fucking masked out, painted.
Yeah, they're all fucking guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, and then you see Gwaine run in with a fucking
some other riverman like comes running out of his tent. Somebody kills him, and they start lighting fires in all the tents.
On only the outskirts, and then running back into the woods like fucking wraiths, you know, to scare them. Fuck them up. It's pretty cool, little intro. Then we're quick cut, you know, after that carnage. Doesn't even show Tully or Rowdy, you notice it. Just after that little quick carnage, cut to Harenhall. And the fucking goat is right there in the hallway.
Dude, the first thing, right when they get to Harenhall, I wrote that down. Harenhall, goat. Like, you hear it, you see it, just immediately.
That's going to be important somehow.
It's just, I think it's just a symbol, like, for her mysticism or something like that.
Why is it a goat, though? Is that... I should know my other religions better, like the real world religions. 'Cause
that'd be something like the devil.
yeah, it's got to be some sort of like
a cult.
Dude, yeah, a cult symbol kind of thing. So basically, they were at Harenhall, and the three guys show up, three random guys, and out walks Alice Rivers, and they're like, "We're here for Aemon Targaryen." She's like, this again. I've already told other guys, he's not here. He's gone. Whatever." And it's like, these are the guys that do believe. They're like, what did they say? Oh yeah, he fled. And then she's like, there is a cook, or an old man who churns the butter.
Yeah, but he's blind and both eyes.
And a little boy who tends to the horses. Oh, and there's ghosts. And they're like, you're lying, Yeah. Like and she gives a whole big speech. I don't have it all written.
It's just basically about the building of Harenhall. She's like, these people were in servitude, or
died in chains
in service to Haren the
Cruel. Which I hate that she said that, because I'm sure he had many names, but he's Haren the Black in the books. So that, for some reason,
if you think of maybe someone whose ancestors were like the chains, like they call Haren the Cruel.
Yeah, that's right. He'd have many names, especially with all the people around there that he tortured.
But yeah, she goes on about how the bricks are soaked in the blood of the people who built it and stuff.
She leans down
for more,
and she leans down and picks up a rock, and they're all hesitant, like, "What are you doing?"
Jumpy, yeah.
And she just throws it behind, and she's like, she's still thirsty, is what she says.
Yeah.
Throws a rock behind her, and it's a fucking parlor trick, is all it is, because it triggers the bats from the
There is like
hallway.
a flashing too, though.
Lightning, yeah.
Oh, it's lightning, but yeah.
Well, that's how I perceived it. Maybe I didn't watch it that closely. I just noticed the bats, and I was like, that's a sweet trick.
Yeah.
Because she knows there's a shit ton in there, and they're gonna. But she
and
did sit still,
and she immediately is gone.
Is gone. So when they look back. Fucking witchcraft, right?
And that's when they're like, he's fucking gone.
The one guy runs.
Fuck this.
And the other guy's like,
not here.
Craven. He calls him a Craven, but then he's like, you know what? Fuck this place. And then the third guy just doesn't say anything. He's like, yeah, okay. And they all just run.
I'm not going to do this by myself.
Yeah. So they just bail. Back to King's Landing.
No, hold on. After that is, it cuts to Aemond in the bed of
that
Daemon slept in.
Same
room and everything.
The creepy room, that's right. I didn't notice it was the same room, but it is the same room, huh?
Yeah.
Where he has the nightmares.
He just basically jumps out of bed.
He hears like laughing and screaming, almost like battle, but he doesn't seem happy, so he's obviously not the one winning in this dream scenario. He's
he even says it. He says, I saw...
my brother.
Yeah, my brother. He was coming after me.
His face was on fire, and he was pulling me down into the dark.
Yeah, and
crying, and he goes to pull a dagger on her.
Yeah.
Falls out of bed.
Yeah.
He's super skinny too, which gives me hope because I'm super skinny like that. I'm like, wow, there are other people out there that are real, real skinny. No offense, by the way,
but Alice basically comes to him.
He's like, no, it's just a nightmare. As I told you, and he's like.
He says,
she said that I was...
She's like, he said, Helena saw it. Helena saw it. She said that I was going to die, that I ruined everything or something like that. And, which I'm stoked for because I want this, like, mysticism side of it to play more. It's been fucking dull. Like, I'm sorry. It's... The last couple episodes have been kind of shitty.
They've been dragging it on, and I was wondering how they were going to fit it all in. Remember? I was like, how are they going to fit in all this cool shit? And they're just like,
no, they're skipping over it. We didn't get to see the fish feed.
Yeah,
they're gonna combine battles.
Oh yeah,
there's gonna be one Tumbleton. They're not gonna do two.
They've changed now with. We'll get into that with the Helena stuff later, but they've changed other things.
Yeah, so it was dull, and I'm like, I was wondering how they're gonna fit it all in. Now I'm like. Are they gonna have enough? Like, they're gonna jump right to something.
Yeah, they're gonna skip a lot. So yeah, he says that she saw me die. She saw that I ruined everything, and she's like mothering him, like I thought. Like, no.
Well, he even says mother.
Yeah, and
she's like comforting him. So, like we were saying in a previous episode, it's gonna be more of a mother figure. We don't think they're doing it.
Yeah, like it was in the books.
Yeah.
Book. I keep saying books because it's cut into the different parts of the family.
Yeah.
But it's a lot different in the book.
But then it goes to King's Landing.
Yeah, and Maester Orwell's just walking down the stairs, hurrying along, fucking almost trips over like 2 cats.
Yeah,
There's all kinds of cats.
So now and we do see cats later on too with when Mysaria opens the door, a cat comes in.
Yeah, and then Helena. The cats are a big deal in this episode.
So we even get to see the ancestors of Sir Pounce.
Yeah. So he goes to the guards at a door, and he's like, "I need to get in to see the, former queen, whatever." And they're like, "No, Rhaenyra's, queen's orders. Nobody gets in. Nobody know how. Nobody know how." And he's like, "Well, perhaps you aren't familiar with womanly troubles."
Yeah.
And they're like, look at each other, like, "Oh, he's talking about periods."
And we did get to see. Did you mention that Mysaria? You see a servant of hers. We assume it's hers. Watches him go up to the door.
I didn't notice that. See, I need to start paying attention to those.
Yeah, after he comes down the stairs and turns to go to the door, she's like carrying something. She slows down, like hovers to stop and watch it.
Oh shit!
But yeah, so
he's when you were being followed in the fucking world of Westeros. I'd get killed because I'd be like not paying attention. Some maid would be fucking spying on me, and I'd have no idea.
Yeah.
So they look at each other and are like, "All right." And he goes in. Allison's like, "Thank you so much for your discretion as always." And he has the one jar, but then he's like, and pulls out the real one, which we've all seen before. It's day after tea.
Yeah.
And he's
Plan
like,
tea.
She's like, "You've always been, loyal, faithful, whatever." And he's like, "I cringe to call myself a faithful servant, to you, your grace, or whatever." And she's like, "You've been more than that, You've been a friend." And he's like, "Yeah, about that." There's a new queen, and I'm under a lot of scrutiny. So this is probably in fact, this is the last time.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, anytime going forward, I'm going to have to disclose our visits to the queen.
Why I have to be here.
Yeah.
She's like, "I understand." She puts her hands on his, like, "I get it. You're saving your own head. If I had a way to do it, I'd do it too." You know what I mean?
I gave it my son, so.
Yeah, I gave it my own kid. And then he's like, "All right, well, been prepared, whatever," and he leaves. And she goes to Helena. "Go. Time to drink tea, She's like, "I don't want it." And she's like, "Well, you have to have it."
She says it could be a boy.
Yeah, think about that. Aegon's heir.
Which I kind of bugs me is with
Jaehaera,
it's like giving Jaehaera the pass, seeing oh, it's an heir but it's a girl, almost kind of undercuts her claim, because that was the main issue that the Lords had in the beginning was you can't name a woman as the heir,
Yeah, it does, and it seems, and this is one of the parts that they changed in the book too. Instead of having his son already exist when Blood and Cheese came, which is how it happened in the book. Blood and Cheese came, and there were 2 sons, and that's how they chose. They're bringing him along later, probably to give Helena more of a developed story, because she does just kind of go blah in the book after the kid dies.
Yeah.
She goes kind of like...
And it's the actress does...
So good.
Yeah.
So good in this scene particularly. She's like, "I don't want it." And like that, we were saying, Allison's like, "No, it could be an heir. A rival to Joffrey." You know what I mean? What?
Rhaenyra's going to have to kill it.
Yeah, going to have to kill it, or at least take it from you.
Yeah.
And then what? You're going to have a kid be a slave for the rest of your... If Aemon comes, or if Aemon is a threat to Rhaenyra, she will use a child as leverage. And he's fled Harenhall. She's like, "No, he hasn't. He's there.
I've seen him. He's burning, but without flames."
She's like, and that fucking troubles her. And I wonder, does it trouble her because Helena sees these things, or because she actually loves her boy and is like, okay, he's hurting somewhere?
I think it's both. It's a kind of a double-edged sword. She's like, she's either crazy, which is sad, or she's right, and now you have another kid that's in peril.
Yeah. I am not good at this.
But she tries to force it on her, and she's like, "No, it's a remedy. It's a cure. It's a
gift from the gods.
Yeah,
it's relieved me of my shame and
which
mistakes."
I thought was her admitting.
Yeah,
even though Helena's the one that she's busted on him.
Yeah, but she's basically saying, "I got knocked out by Cole, or could have by Cole, and it's delivered me from my shame and sin, and it did for Rhaenyra, basically your sister at one point.
Yeah.
Like, it will free you too. Don't you want to be free? And she's like, it's mine.
Yeah.
Mine. And she gets like
furious. Yeah.
Yeah, she tries to.
And she goes, just think of it as a T, and she goes, but it isn't.
Yeah. Simple,
maybe
but
start by lying to me. Don't tell me the truth, and then tell me to look away.
Yeah, and it's weird because she's simple in that way. You know what I mean? Like, but it isn't. She'll talk so straight to you, or she'll talk like, "I want to leave this room later on." She'll just say certain things outright, but she's actually really fucking smart.
Yeah, she's intuitive.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to Alicent and Frey walking through the castle. Lady Frey. And she's...
Not Alicent, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra.
And she's basically pissed.
Yeah, she's like, how the fuck? Like, we worked with you. Your own son gave us a word. And she's like, my son's dead. And she's like, well, now you're giving away our recompense.
They were promised Harenhall
if
they let the rivermen cross.
But now Rhaenyra's giving it to anybody who can kill Aemon.
It's a bounty.
Yeah. And she's like, so now I have to fucking suffer through some random sellsword who you're going to grant like a huge ass military...
Insulting the dragon riders, right?
Yeah, well, just insulting her for now they're not going to have it. Mm-hmm. And, the word that, it was a big deal that
her son gave his
Jace
word.
Came down,
Yeah. See, that is more, it is showing that she's turning on more people that helped her get to where she was going. Just because she's more like putting it off. Like, hey, when I get all my shit, everybody's going to be taken care of.
It was basically just rushing taking King's Landing. You shouldn't go straight for King's Landing if you don't have other shit under control.
But it's emphasized in the book, too, that if you hold the throne, it's a major deal as a claimant. Like, if you can seize that real quick, that's good.
Yeah, something like, because they'll guard it. Because, like, if the king's not on it, they don't have someone on it, and you get on it, it's like...
It's mine now.
Yeah, it's like fucking shotgun. It's like, sorry.
You left.
Yeah.
You weren't sitting in it anymore, bro.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
But yeah, so she's like basically pissed about that, and Rhaenyra just turns around, and I don't know if she says something or gives her a look.
She just gives her a look, and she's like,
we'll deal with it for now.
And she's like, also, because she's like, a seat on my council, so she
Oh, yeah, I thought a seat on the council was good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, we're gladly accept the seat on the council.
And then
we'll deal with the Harenhall for now.
Yeah. Then to the Red Council, Adam and Bela are basically explaining that a couple of farms have been burned, and they claim that there's Vhagar that they've seen, but they haven't found her, and cannot find her, and it's been a long time.
And they found sign of her, but it's like 2 days old.
Yeah, it's not worth following, and Evangeline whispering the whole time. Oh, that's the sea snake's bastard. He's a dragon rider, and that's his brother. He's like telling the new Frey on who's up. That's what Then Frey's like, the whore. And he's like, and Damon's just sitting there like, can't you see we're fucking talking here?
And it's funny because later on as they're talking, they bring up Flea Bottom, and he's like, it's ever been a realm unto itself. He's like, filthy people or something like that.
Yeah, I'm full of undesirables. And Mysaria looks at him like,
fuck you, dude.
Half the people at the table.
Well, and the whole time they're fighting, you have Daemon, who's all about the City Watch.
Yeah,
he's like,
says 2 of our City Watch have been found dead in town today. No one knows how.
Yeah.
Just found murdered.
They were laying in their intestines or something like that. Yeah. And then Mysaria's, he was like, too bad Lady Mysaria wasn't there with her bread and stew. That probably wouldn't have happened or something like that. And then she's like, well, maybe if they'd been doing their job or weren't too rough.
With, for penny or pointless crimes, like small petty crimes, as I said. Being extremely rough for petty crimes, this wouldn't have happened, kind of thing.
Yeah, and so they're fighting the whole time. It's basically.
And she's just like, I want to know where Vhagar is. And then Bela's like, okay, we'll go back out, and you guys go back out. You guys patrol this, that, and then Adam's like, wait a minute, we just got back this morning. Bela hasn't even eaten.
Eaten or slept. Yeah.
And she gets pissed, like, I can go.
Yeah, she's like...
And Rhaenyra's like, not if you're weary-eyed and your beast is malnourished kind of thing, hungry. I'll send Daemon. And he is like, I'll go after I deal with this problem in the city. And she's like...
And he goes and leaves, and she has to, like, follow him, and everybody, like, stands
He's
up,
like, especially since they're without pay or whatever.
Yeah.
And goes to walk off, and she's like...
And even Myceria goes to follow or interrupt Rhaenyra as she goes to follow Daemon, and she's like, not right now.
Yeah. And she follows Daemon out, because he is the most important to her. She's out there, pissed off. Is it supposed to be like, I'm at Dragonstone all over again, where you fucking... question me at every turn and, you know, pull my judgment into question in front of everybody.
And he's like, well, you're the queen. He's like, I do your
I
service.
said I was going to do what you're going to do. I said I was going to do what you wanted. Just later. She's like, I have no time for fucking jokes. No time to jest. This is serious.
And he's like, I serve you or whatever. And she's like, well, not when in front of everybody you're undermining me. It looks like you only serve me when it's
Suits you.
Suits you. What suits your interests?
And he's like, what does he say? He says something about, she's like, about the guard. I should not have told him to be so, whatever. He's like, it didn't matter what you told him.
Yeah. She's like, I should have said not to be rough.
Yeah.
He's like, you shouldn't have said anything at all because this is petty. He's like, why are you sending gold cloaks out?
Are you really going to be provoked by scratchings on walls and stupid shit?
Yeah.
And she's like, it is not petty. It's not. It's a claim. It's an insult against my sons. A questioning my legitimacy and my rights.
And he's like, you're a queen of dragons. Your strength is your legitimacy. Like,
yeah.
Don't let this fucking shit ruin you. And that's when he was like, I'm not going to go after Vhagar because... Aemond is scared. He's already fled us. He's far away. He's not a threat right now. You have shit going down in your city. Like, it's within. It's coming from within that we need to be paying attention to right now. And then he's kind of already dismissal, and then that's when another...
the little maid gal shows
yeah,
up.
and he's like, oh, God. And just fucking takes off.
I'm out of here. He don't like the lit spells, even though he used to love them. He doesn't seem to like hers.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Because that guy worked for Myceria.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was thinking was.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want her fucking...
Listening to me.
Yeah.
Listening to me talk. I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
So she's like, and the little maid's like, now he takes that opportunity as Rhaenyra
he's already
turns
down
around.
The hall, yeah.
He's like, bam, I'm out. And the gal says, Joffrey has just returned from the Vale, you know.
He'd really like to see you.
And she's like, when I have time, I'm sure he's tired. And the lady's like, looking at her like, okay, well, he's not, but I'll go deal with it.
You're not going to go see your son who you haven't seen and
who you just screamed at us 2 days ago to have back here.
Right. And she was asking Allison about, you know, did it hurt you enough to send your kid away and stuff like that. It's like, you think she'd really want to see him?
Yeah,
but
first thing.
I'm wondering if it's like she can't because of Jace and it's her last brown-haired boy.
Yeah, it's like she can't bring herself to. It's too hard.
Yeah.
It reminds her of the other two, and she's trying to stay focused. It's a good theory. Then we're lost in the forest, right? We got Aegon and Larys walking, and he's basically bitching and moaning, or Larys is like, we can't keep going, we should go back to camp. And he's like, no, you heard what I heard. Vhagar was sighted off of, where does he say? I can't remember it off the top of my head.
It's like a random ass town, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's the same one they said in the city, or in the council.
Yeah.
When they were like, yeah, we went and searched the area and found some old, 2-day-old, sign, but...
Yeah.
Windish Town.
Windish Town,
thank
there you go. And
that's why you're in the credits.
she remembers. And he's walking, he's like, and you hear like his knee pop or something, his bad fucking reinforced knee. Fuck!
I thought he stubbed his toe on something or something.
Oh.
7 fucking hells! He's just pissed about walking through
and
the
then
forest.
Larys is like, what are you going to do when you find him? Exactly. You're tired, you're broken, you're hungry, you know, what are you going to do, basically? And Aegon turns around and yells at him, stop telling me what I can't do.
Yeah.
You know? He's like, all of my misery is of his doing. Everything that bad has befallen me. And I swear to the warrior that I'm going to kill him or die in the attempt. And he's like, Larys just kind of looks at him like,
that's why he like, takes a deep breath, like he's going to say something. He's like,
all right, I'll give you another half-hour walk and you'll give up. So we'll go. Then back to King's Landing. Mysteria basically just enters Alicent's room. And she's like, hey, you know me, right? And she's like, I think so.
She's like, I've been given the
privilege to be the listener of all the whispers in the castle. And she's like, and that's when Alicent kind of looks irritated. And she's like, what do you want? And she cuts her off as she's saying that and goes, including your visitors and the gifts they bring. And she's like, shit. She's like, show it to me. And Helena's sleeping on like a little
cot next to the fire.
Yeah. She goes to grab it. She's like, my daughter's been ill, as you can see. So the maester whipped her up something, you know. And she's like, yeah, the flask is full.
And she takes it from her. She's like, yeah, it hasn't been drinking yet.
And kind of sniffs it, and she gives her that look like, I know what this is, bitch.
Yeah.
I was a whore. Like,
yeah.
I know exactly.
I come from Flea Bottom.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen this around.
Yeah. We know exactly what this is.
So Alicent's is like, I had another lover after Viserys, to my shame. She's like,
I was careless, to my shame.
Yeah.
But no putting it off any longer. And then you could see she rolls her eyes like, God damn it, Helena, if you'd have just drank of this. And she has to chug it down. And Myseria's like, Mysteria clearly knows.
Yeah,
she's like,
Jesus.
Go ahead, chug it down.
Yeah.
If you're going to commit to this lie, go ahead.
Yeah, and she can't even get through all of it, but then she's like, boom.
And then she basically, what did she say? Oh, she tells her, you know what it's like, I'm sure, the indignities that we women must suffer.
Yeah.
You know? And this doesn't need to be spoken of again. And,
Viserys like, do you really think you're going to be able to deceive the queen?
She's like, I'm already your prisoner. You know?
Yeah.
She kind of... Oh, no, she says, I'm already your prisoner, as you were once, if I do recall. And then Mysteria goes,
as you say.
As you say. Kind of like, you got me there. All right. I'm going to keep my eye on you.
Yeah, there's like some kind of a unsaid bond thing.
But respect. Like, okay. Yeah. Survivors, gotcha.
They all play the game.
Criston and Gawain are riding alongside each other after their fucking Rambo incident. Still all painted up, looking cool. And Gawain is like telling them the story of how they would race to the top of the high tower, him and Ormond when they were kids. Which I got the impression that Ormond was quite a bit older, but I guess it's just the way they age in their face. But he's like, I would always let him win. He was a thin-skinned twat even then.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't handle losing even back when he was a kid. He's like, but it is beautiful. When the sun comes up over all of it, it's great. You could make a great home for it. You know?
He's like, after all this is done, you could come back with me and make a great home. You could serve our family and have a great life.
And he's like,
okay. and then
all of a sudden, ah! A horse freaks out, fucking falls to the ground. They turn around a little bit, and then Cole's horse does it too. Bam! His fucking flips out, knocks on his back. He gets up and says,
he's like, men are ready, kind of a thing. Like,
so they're all pulling their butters out
and fucking ambushed.
Turns out they had the crow's feet, cut off crow's feet, right?
No, it was
it's like metal.
Yeah, it's like forged or whatever. But
I was thinking like cat's paws, but I was always
it's like fucking when they drop them behind like a car or whatever to pump tires, but the horses in there. So then Criston has to go over to his nice fancy white horse and freaking kill him.
And Gawain, for being in all this shit, he seems very uneasy with all this. because when he sees Criston get brutal, he's like,
yeah. And they say something like, they couldn't, or are they ahead of us? He's like, crow's feet. Does that mean they're ahead of us?
Yeah, does that mean they're ahead of us? Like, fuck. So, a couple horses run off. He kills his, and then...
Basically, it's like we're going on foot from
there. We've got to go on foot, because they're going to take our horses out.
And they have to ditch the road or something like that.
Basically.
If they're ahead of us, it's like, they can easily ambush us on the road.
Oh, yeah, if we're just all walking.
And it's like, the road's curved, they're like, we'll cut through and get ahead of them.
Yeah. Yeah, like stormtroopers just marching along the road is easy pickings there, right? So then just a quick little cut. It's only maybe a minute long. Of Allison sitting there with her usual remedy, the heat rock.
Yeah, she's going, nursing her fucking...
And I see a maid.
Gut.
And I thought at first it was a maid of Massaria's spying on her.
That's what I thought too.
But then I seen her look at her necklace, and then I realized...
We see later what happens with it, but she all of a sudden quickly pulls her necklace off and looking
at this gold and
shit. 7-point star or whatever.
And, she was just looking at the maid. Then we're in King's Landing, and Damon and Sir Luther are walking and talking about the mood of the goldcloaks, considering, they don't have pay, and some of them are dying.
Well, and about the excessive kind of way they handled the graffiti or whatever. And Damon's like, the Queen's going through a lot of shit right now.
Don't indulge her, or feed her indulgences, or whatever.
Yeah, and he's like, what, do you want me to refuse her? He goes, no, humor her, but not every single whim of hers needs to be treated with the same amount of vigor. Like, there's some important things, and there's some things she's going to tell you that it's like, make an effort, show a presence. Know, he's like, but not everything needs to be,
was that almost like a woman? She's a woman. She's going to freak out. Well, was that his way of saying that?
Well, he's, like he said, like, she's been through a lot, It's like, they wrote Queen of Bastards because they know that's like
that's going to get her.
That's what's going to get her attention or whatever.
Yeah, really sticking her craw because of the.
And we do see later too, like who's doing it, but they knew like how they're going to get under her skin and get an overreaction out of her is attack her that way because these weren't just regular peasants writing this. This was a coordinated.
Yeah, and I can't remember if we saw it earlier in the episode or a little bit later, but one of the little kids.
I think that's coming up after they're talking or something like that. Yeah. So, humor and stuff like that, and they stumble upon...
They hear murder.
Yeah, they
hear murder, and they start running down the street. Because he's explaining what happened to the other two. They had their throats slit and their bowels cut. Basically died in their own shit. Alone in their own shit.
And it's the same as what happened before.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't like a different form of killing them. It's the same way the other ones died too.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, we go find them. And then they hear murder, right? They run down there. Smell it. And right after that.
There's a little child and they watch him and then she runs up to another thing. Do you recognize who that guy is?
He was the guard that was questioning the guard that gave up the walls,
he was on the wall with the scorpions.
Yeah, and he was the one that was like,
Sir. Yeah.
So he's a very high tower loyalist.
Yeah.
And he's sending ravens off to Ormond.
And I like the way they transition this one because the guy, after he hears it, sends off the raven or the pigeon or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's Ormond's reading it.
Yeah.
It's like 3 cloaks in blood or something like that.
Yeah, 3 so far kind of thing.
Yeah. Stuff's still going on. We're doing good.
Yeah. He will have his right, that kind of thing.
And that's when he starts talking to Darren about, I heard you've been doing really well with the maester, with your tutors or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, we're just going over the dry histories.
Oh yeah, first he says the history. First he goes over my ancestral histories, the Hightowers, of course. And it's been days of pouring over these dry histories, and he gets pissed, like
these ones, yeah.
Dry histories, like, oh, but
our tales aren't as good as your Targaryen ones,
and he's like, of course, it's meaningful to, learn and acknowledge, And he's like, okay, so I would love to hear you recite. And he starts to, we help the Greyjoys and Pike, and we helped these people.
Or we had our war with them.
Yeah. We did this, we did that. And he goes, Mary Montel, the Elder of Dorne? And he goes,
I'll have to speak with your tutors then.
Which is awesome, because this is a big part of earlier in the Fire and Blood book. So it's cool that they bring a character from earlier on.
Yeah.
And kind of give you a little bit of that story. And they do change it a little bit, though, because they say that she declared Aegon a usurper, Aegon the Conqueror, and all his allies traitors. She did not. In the book, she just said, I'm not going to kneel to you. Dorne will remain.
You can be your king, or
yeah,
everybody else knelt to you, that's fine.
But you're not king of Dorne.
Yeah.
We have no king. And that's all she said. And she did all the other stuff he says, though, like poison the wells.
Move all of our men out into the desert and the sands.
Sneak attack them from underneath the sand and shit.
Yeah, get them in their sleep.
And he basically says that, we unfortunately had to go, but we did. He talks about her being blind and ugly and all that shit. All of it.
Yeah, he's like, the only woman of history with a true military mind. He's like,
But
of course,
she had
God took her looks for it.
Yeah.
He gave her the brains, but he made her ugly.
And blind.
Yeah. But yeah, basically saying how she was really smart, thought them or whatever, and kicked their ass. And this whole time they're playing like a chess kind of looking game.
Yeah.
And so Darren at the end goes, so is she the villain or the hero in this story? And he was like, the Targaryens are known for their strength. They get their power from their strength. Their massive armies, the obscenity of their dragons.
Yeah.
She outsmarted them.
And with all of that.
Yes, and she remained unbent,
one of the greatest,
unbowed, unbroken. Dorne still to this day is.
Yeah, and like one of the greatest military minds of all time, and it was a woman.
Yeah. And he says, did he say like the cunning can outsmart the knowledge of any beast or something like that? And then Darren fucking moves
Sneak his fucking chest
queen or king or whatever. It's the biggest piece on his board into the center or whatever. This killing move, and he's like, "I guess I got lucky. Sorry, I guess I must have got lucky.
I must have got lucky. It was a mistake. Let's start again." And Gwaine stops him.
Not Gwaine, Ormond.
Ormond, sorry. Get those two mixed up. Redheads. He stops him and grabs his hands, and it kind of looks like he's pissed, but then
he knocks the pieces away or whatever, and he gets up and he walks around behind him,
and then says, "Don't ever apologize for victory."
Yeah.
So, but you think?
No. Before that, he says that. He says, he says that first, I'm pretty sure. And then because he's been playing with coins this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is this guy a banker or whatever?
Yeah.
And at the end, he shows him. He goes, what do you think of these? And it's like,
yeah. But when he first does it, when he first hits that table, it does seem like he's mad about losing. But then he turns it around.
Yeah.
Like, for a show, like, no, I'm mad because you are not showing strength and pride in your victory. Don't ever...
Trying to basically not let the kid see that he's pissed. That he's
weak and a poor loser and can't handle it.
He's like, no, I'm mad because you are not believing in yourself. Don't apologize.
For victory. Be proud.
Yeah.
Look at these. Your face on the $1 bill.
Yeah.
And we're back to King's Landing. Helena is outside with Jaehaera, looking at the caterpillar, right? And Alicent approaches and starts to try to...
Well, hold on. So I think this might come into play. I thought it was a little weird they played it. They're looking at the caterpillar. Jaehaera goes to touch. She goes, no, I can't touch that. You know why? It eats the leaves of the nightshade, and that would be very deadly for you or me, right?
Uh-huh.
And then that's when Alicent comes up. And I wrote it down, but I'll probably forget it later, so I'm going to say it now. Later, when she's talking about I need to see the moon, which I'll talk about that later, she's had in the box on the table is the caterpillar. It shows it, and she looks inside.
She's trying to make some fucking
voodoo
magic shit?
Or she's going to use it as like a defense, like someone's going to kill him or something like that, and she lets the caterpillar loose, and it's got the nightshade.
And she's going to fucking touch somebody with it.
Yeah, or something like that, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Or maybe this is how she goes? I don't know. But this caterpillar is going to be...
significant.
Yeah. But yeah. So.
Just like the spider was significant.
And I'll bring it back up later with the moon, because I'm really excited about the mysticism side of this season and the next one.
So she Allison walks up to her and tries to get her to, leave. Saying, okay, well, we can get
No,
out
she
of
tells her. She says, we bribed.
Yeah, I bribed a guard. I gave her a necklace, whatever.
Yeah, she's like, tonight there's gonna be one less sergeant on guard or whatever, and we're gonna sneak out. And she's like, what about Jahara?
Yeah, she's like through the tunnels that were in Amy's old chambers. They're whose are
It's
they?
Bela's.
Yeah,
chambers
Bela's
now,
chambers.
but
Now she's
out.
always out on patrol.
Yeah, she's
so
always
she
out
won't
hunting.
be there. We can use them to sneak out through the city. What about Jahara?
And
Whoa.
she was like,
It's too unsafe to bring her.
yeah, she's like, it'd be a better life for her here. She'll be at ward with
Rhaenyra will never kill her.
Yeah, she won't hurt her. She'll have servants. She'll be tended to.
Enemies will not try to rise her up in Rhaenyra's place.
Yeah,
like
and
allies.
she's like, and maybe even someday when we're gone, we'll be able to send for her and she can come stay with us.
It'll be good for Rhaenyra to ward her own,
Well, not even just that, but at the very end, she's like, maybe we can even send for her and she'll be able to come stay with us.
And she goes, and I didn't notice that either. She kind of like.
I think she does
someday.
it a lot in this series. I think
Yeah.
they planted that somewhere, but yeah.
And Helena just sits there and stares at her, and she goes, "You look away when you lie,"
And leaves her right there.
and goes to
Walks
walk off. Yeah,
God, she stole this episode
Yeah,
for sure. This
she's
is
really-
Helena's episode.
for sure.
But then it's basically Adam hitting on the scene. I thought was hilarious, but I don't know if what are they gonna do with Bela, because she's complaining about.
She's scamming on both brothers too. What's up with that?
yeah. But Bela goes off about how Rhaenyra won't look at her, and
He's basically they're searching for Vagar, and he's basically trying to tell her to eat again. And
But she's like, my path was laid out in front of me. I was set to be married. I was going to be queen. And now he's like, and now you have some chance. But maybe I was replaced by an adventure.
yeah, and she's like, "Oh no, I'll probably be wed off to some High Lord of Pike or
With
somebody
enough
else."
gold to pay off her
Rhaenyra's
debts.
debts, and he's like, "And then I will come rescue you, and we will fly away to exile."
Yeah.
We'll just go get on our
I think
dragons,
it's
right?
they're opposites. If you don't like my brother, who's all this serious type.
Yeah, if you want to stick
counsel-
around and be queen kind of shit,
Yeah.
there's the brother, one
There's
brother.
Alan. But Adam's the loose, hey.
Hey, we can go flying wherever you want, baby.
Yeah.
Wherever you want.
And then he's like, but I will help you search for Vagar. But we gotta eat first.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not happy about her. Because she does say, she's like, you're her talisman. You're her fucking sign from the gods that she's meant to be queen. All I am is the one that got her son killed.
Yeah.
Oh, and her husband's first marriage kids.
Oh, yeah, right.
So back at Harenhall, and Aemon wakes up from another nightmare.
Well, this time it's just Vagar with his eyes open, and he's like, Vagar. And
Worried about his
Allison's
dragons.
he's gone.
She's
She's
gone.
gone, yeah.
And he's like, no, she wouldn't abandon me. She's like, I don't know. She flew in the night. Don't know where she went. And he goes to jump out of bed, and he looks up, and it's all that shit pushed in front of the door to stop people from getting in, right? On the one door.
I don't know.
So the one main door has got all kinds of furniture pushed in front of it. And that's when he's like, I have a prisoner. And she doesn't say anything. And he turns around, and behind her, he sees the other way out.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, go ahead. He goes to go out that other door.
And you can hear, Vagar, a
Yeah.
dragon.
You can clearly hear it.
Yeah.
And he gets to what looks like a fucking barren wasteland. I think of Bowser's Castle in the old fucking Mario games, because it's just dirty, broken rocks, looks dry and hot.
Yeah.
And he gets to the edge and he's like, no, because he sees that Vagar is in fact not in the field where she was supposed to be.
Right.
And he drops down and he's like, I'm nothing without her. I have to find her. And she's like, you're mistaken. You are something without her, kind of thing. Well, what are you going to do if the dragon's fled?
Yeah, it's a dragon,
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I must find her. She's like, how will you do that? The queen hunts her as well, He's like, the queen. She's like, King's Landing fell, I told you. And he's like, I thought I dreamed it. She's like, no. You didn't dream it. And
he's like talking about how.
Oh yeah. He's like Aemond. He's like, what about Aemond or Aegon? He's like, Aegon. She's like,
the queen says that he's dead. That
and you killed him. And he's like, only in him pursuing me or something like that.
Yeah.
In his pursuit of me.
He's like, I as a child I was tormented by him.
But I worshipped him.
But I worshipped him, yeah. And I was like,
that's sad.
I didn't think it tracked.
And, but then what does he mean about the mother thing? Because he's like, and my mother. And then she's like, the mother often, the child that grieves her the most is the one she loves the most or whatever. What is that referring to? Aegon? Does she love Aegon?
Yeah, it's because, like, she's playing the mother role or whatever. Like, he has to seek it in the whore and in her. And it's basically like he's starved for her attention. That's why I was saying, like, when he kissed her, I don't think he wants to do her, but I think it's like he just needs her affection. She never gave it to him.
Because it was always Aegon.
Yeah.
It was always Aegon.
So her firstborn and what she's telling him is the one that causes her the most shit, she has to give the most attention to.
Yeah, the problem child is the one that gets the most attention.
Yeah.
The one that needs to help the most. He needs me the most.
Yeah.
You weren't needed as much. You didn't need your mama as much.
And then he was like, who are you? And she's like, I'm one who's been grieved. So I'm wondering if that's like, I'm accepting the role of your mother right now.
Yeah. I'm your new mommy. Then we have Aegon and Larys. So we're back on the way, well, in between the camp at Rook's Rest and wherever they were trying to go. And they're sitting in a carriage. Aegon is sitting in a carriage, and up walks Larys. And he's like, go ahead, say it. Say about how my dragon is dead, I'm a fucking cripple, and there's no feasible way I'm going to make it to this place to kill my brother. There's just no chance. And Larys sits down, and he goes, but if I had had the opportunities that he had,
Aemond,
who got all the best training, Cole's little favorite student. So father pulled me out of the tournaments, never even said why, probably just worried I was going to fall off my horse. So I had to sit there cheering him on, oh, great Aemond, the great warrior Aemond. Like, who could speak fucking fluent in fucking High Valyrian, and he tries to speak it, and it's like, I am
the perfect.
It
is I, the perfect.
And I could have been. I'm sure he thinks I was a bad king, but what could I have been if I had had his fucking advantages, And then Larys just fucking gets real with it. He goes, this entire time, since you've been injured pretty much.
He throws in his face, he goes, ever since you left on your dragon to join drunkenly left on your dragon to join a battle you were not invited to.
That's the way he starts it, yeah. And then Aegon kind of looks up at him, like, oh, you really are going to lay into me, And he's like,
all you've done is whinge.
Yeah, particularly since your injury, all you've done is whinge about how you've been screwed. It's all everybody else's fault. You, who's had all the privilege and all the opportunities in the world, firstborn son of the king, heir to the throne, best knights to teach you,
best maesters,
best schooling, best everything. And a dragon so beautiful they named it after the sun. And all you wanted to do was laze, fuck anything that walks, and drink yourself into a stupor with your fucking lacklit friends.
Wallow in mediocrity with your sycophant friends who just do whatever you say because you're king.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to do. You were handed your birthright and you stomped on it.
He stomped in the mud, he said.
Yeah, and he walks up to me, he's like...
I like the shot, too. It's like him towering over
him. Looking down on him. He's still looking down on him, and he's like, I will tell you the truth. You were a terrible king. But worse than that, you are a terrible man. and then just walks away.
Yeah, and during it, it's like that's when they definitely show up more. I guess I wasn't paying attention in the last episode, but he is messing with the dragon scale. I'm wondering if that's going to keep it in the story so that maybe we will see Sunfire come back.
It better be. If they try to rewrite her demise, and if you're this far, you should know her demise.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that needs to stay the same.
But then goes to Rhaenyra and the Sept with all the candles and stuff, and Daemon comes in, and he's like laughing at her basically, like we don't believe in this shit.
She's all totally reverent, only a few people in there, and he's just like she's like, I don't need that, like don't do that, don't.
This is expected of me, I'm the queen.
She's like, I'm trying to, gotta do something to figure out why shit's not working out. Maybe I'm not praying enough.
Yeah.
At very least, it couldn't hurt. You should try.
Yeah, she's like, you could try it. So he's like, entertains. He's like, all right, kneels down.
But then uses an opportunity to inform her.
Yeah, he's kind of doing a briefing.
More goldcloaks are dead. That makes 6 now. In the same way, something was wrong. And I fear this is just the beginning.
And then you can kind of see other people start to like walk in, or like the one guy's like paying attention because they start to get a little loud, so they switch over to High Valyrian.
Yeah, and she's all paranoid, and obviously, she's like, so I was wrong. The threat is from within. What the fuck is it?
Is it just the people or whatever? And he's like, no, this is organized to happen the same way. And he's like, it's
many hands working with one voice, like one person guiding
one
them.
brain on this. It's resolute. And she's like, it's undermining my throne. He's like, it could just be to fucking attack the City Watch itself.
We don't even know.
Yeah.
It's bad though. And she's like, it's formless. And it's fucking everywhere. We don't know what's going on in Templeton. We don't know what's going on with our gold. We don't know who the fuck's killing your gold folks. Fuck!
Yeah.
And he's like, what does he say?
He's like, well, what'd you think? There's going to be no dispute?
Yeah.
He's like, your golden ascension, and it'll be summer forever, and we'll
no
never see snow.
And she's irritated with that. He's like, you're a woman, Rhaenyra. They were going to challenge you at every chance they could. And they're going to keep doing it. We don't need Septons. She's like, because the Septons are against me, fuck them. We don't need them. The gods don't need them. Neither do we. That kind of thing. And then he says, oh, she taunts him. She's like,
oh, he says these are just, it's not a big deal. He's like, these are problems we have to deal with. They're just men. And she goes, then why can't you find them?
Yeah, that's what it is. She's trying to make it about like the gods are against me. The gods are forsaken me now. Yeah. But they put me here. Who would dare challenge me if the gods are the one that put me here?
Yeah.
And he's like, you're sitting in these echoed halls, hearing whispers, and thinking they're omens that they are.
Yeah, he's like, the only thing that comes through here is wind.
Yeah.
He's like,
they're just men.
Yeah.
And she's like, why can't you find them? And then she talks a little bit about the great Daemon,
Yeah.
Sung 1,000 songs sung about you and your fucking craziness and all that.
Yeah.
And you are fucking beaten. Beaten by these people. And she kind of mocks him, and in that moment he's like smiling at her, like.
Yeah, he's already stood up and he's like.
Okay.
Kind of laughing at her, and he grabs his sword, and as he walks away, he's like,
you're better than this.
You're better than this.
This bullshit.
I love the Daemon exits. Like, the one he saw the maid, that was my series, like, fuck, and he, like, leaves. Or when the other episode, and he was like, you're still gonna have to kill him. He was talking about Darren. And so, now he's like, you're better than this.
Yeah, he doesn't give formal goodbyes. Like, other people bow and leave the room, and he's just more like, we're done talking.
Yeah.
Finish my conversation.
He should be like the most hated character, but they make you love him.
They do make him most disrespectful.
Yeah.
Back to Criston and Gwaine. They're finding their way through the marshes, it looks like. And it's thick, muddy grass. And one dude just fucking falls. And like another guy tries to help him up. And the other guys are like, no, leave him where he fell. And Cole doesn't even look. Gwaine's looking, but they're just sludging through.
And there's like dead horses and shit.
Rain, water, men. filling up, and then Gwen has like a tear in his leggings.
There's a leech on him.
Big old fucking leech, and when he pulls it off, you can see it's been fucking gnawing at him.
Is this the scene where Cole is in the Vagar's like paw print?
No, that's a little bit later. That's a little bit later.
Oh, but yeah, so it's Gwen basically saying that like the men are getting fed up with like slugging
through all this weeds and thorns, and they're talking about revolt. You know, they're talking about abandonment. This is crazy. Why, if there's no end game, if we're not going to win, why are we even doing this? And Cole just ignores him, and he's like, the thing you said earlier, we can cut through here, head him off, maybe get ahead of him.
He's a day or two ahead.
And he's just like,
and he just starts trudging away, and Dwayne's like,
fuck, dude, you're not even listening to me now.
Yeah.
You're not even acknowledging that I'm
not
talking.
Even humoring my reports.
My stresses.
This is one of my favorite scenes. Laris and it's basically they're back in Rook's Rest.
Yeah.
And Laris is just sitting all polite on his bench outside of his little cubby tent thing.
Yeah, his little quarters.
There's like an apple in front of him, and this is where we see the guy we talked about last time, the one that saw Aegon and Sunfire, and then saw him later at Rook's Rest. He's walking by and like eyeing down Laris. Laris keeps his shit together, obviously. He's little put, you know. And he just like lets the guy pass by. Aegon walks up.
Oh, like ashamed. Like, yeah.
Has to sit down next to him.
Just hire the fucking ship.
Yeah, he's just fucking get us out of here.
And then you hear a voice go, and what ship might that be? And it's Thailand.
I know, it's funny because Laris looks at me. Oh, fuck.
Hell.
Seven
hells. Like of all the people.
This Thailand,
This
he's
dick.
just a big old smile looking at him.
And he's clearly survived that, which he gets a pretty bad run of it in the book, so he got a better deal on this.
Well, and it's gonna be funny later when he's talking again. I gotta bring up something that's hilarious. But then it goes to Allison and Helena.
Yeah, they're dressed as servant girls, right? And they're getting ready to escape. And they walk out the main door, and Helena immediately is upset. And she goes, "Where's the maid who's supposed to be here with Jahara? Meet us here with Jahara." She's like, "She'll be." She's like, "Where?"
She's gonna meet us.
Yeah, down the hall. And she's like, "Where?" "Come on." And Helena's kind of like pissed, like, oh,
she does. This is again. This actress is so great in this episode. She's like, you know, like, I'm serious. I'm not gonna leave her. You know.
Uh-huh. And then they turn around. Mysteria's just standing there, going, "Did you imagine I wouldn't be watching?" You know. Then they're in the quarters. So she's the one with child. Yes.
She's like, it's a very unfortunate heir.
Yeah. What a shitty situation for you guys. Now that's what the tea was all about.
And so Allison's trying to get her to convince her to not tell the queen because she's like, it's going to show up eventually, as these things tend to do.
It'll make itself apparent. She's like, "I will not dissuade the queen any longer." And she goes to turn around and walk out. And she's like, "I heard tell of the white worm years ago." And she stops. And that's when another cat, like you said, cat fucking runs in. And she stops and she goes, "She was smart enough to play both sides, not just lapdog to the queen."
Yeah.
And that fucking sets Mysaria off. She turns around and is like, big words coming from the mouth of the high tower.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well."
I'm glad she kind of dialed in her accent.
She did. That first season was pretty bad. And what did she say?
This is when Helena's like interrupting him, and she's like, "I need to go outside." She's like, "Not an hour." And she's like, "No, I need to go outside. I need to see the moon."
She's like, "Well, the window will have to suffice."
Yeah. Which I'm wondering if you remember when in last season when they did the Damon at the Weirwood and all the prophecy shit going on, and she can see it. She was like talking to the moon.
So that's what she was wanting to do, maybe go out and have her visions.
Maybe talk to Aemon because she said that she saw him burning without flames or whatever. She's like, "I need to see the moon."
Yeah. holy shit, it's like a conduit.
Yeah.
A telephone. That's trippy.
And she's like, the window will have to do. And so she's like, maybe, you can not, or let us get away or whatever. And it'll be a favor to the Hightowers if you should ever need to call upon them.
Well, doesn't she basically say, forget this incident?
Yeah, she doesn't say that we're going to get out. She's like, you don't have to rat us out, we'll stay.
Yeah.
But
it'll
be a favor to the Hightowers if you don't tell her.
Yeah, should you ever need it. And Miss Aria doesn't answer her, but she's like...
Yeah, she's like...
Squinty-eyed.
Well, it's really good because Allison played it very well. Like, maybe I do need to have a couple of plan B.
But before that, real quick.
No pun intended.
Before that, though, before she goes to leave, she mentions, I know that you're up close with her now. But she's always going to choose Damon. She always has. And she's like, she knows what Damon is. She's like, so? They're two sides of the same coin. Even if Rhaenyra won't admit it.
Yeah, she's like, you never seen that before? She's
like, you might bask in her gaze right now, but eventually it's always going to come down to her and Damon. It's always been about Damon.
Yeah.
Since she was a kid, she was willing to throw all this shit away for Damon.
Which makes you wonder, are they trying to emphasize maybe a relationship? Because they did make out or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't, I don't think they did enough to make it seem like that's what
everybody in the castle knew what was going on, especially.
Well, not even just that, but it's like it hasn't really shown them affection in it ever since. So I don't think that... Of course, I think it hasn't shown her and Damon either, so I don't know. She's got a lot of shit on her plate.
She said that before she did. You might have her gaze now, but
then it goes back to Alice or Helena, and she's like hovering over this little mesh box, and inside is that caterpillar.
Same caterpillar.
Yeah. So I think
it's gonna be some sort of
something's
poison.
Gonna happen with that. I don't know if she had it with her later in the show when we get to that.
Yeah. Then you have a really quick.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra peeking on Joffrey. She's just like looking at him while he sleeps.
And the maid says he tried to stay up to see you. Like, he really was wanting to see you. But he stayed played as he could, and now he's asleep.
Working,
so. Rhaenyra's not as...
Mom's at work.
Rhaenyra's not as good as we all thought she was.
Now you know what it's like, working moms. Even the queen doesn't have time for her kids. Back to Criston and Gwaine. Still searching for the rivermen and Vagar, and that's when they kind of stop. And then you see kind of all the burnt shit and the big burnt footprint that Cole stops in.
Yeah.
And kind of...
He just looks up. And these are a couple of just montage, like the Joffrey one, this one.
It's all really real quick going through.
And then it goes to the Harenhall.
Yeah, at the
dude
weirwood.
Scaling the fucking cliff by the weirwood.
Yeah, scaling up the side of it, and then they get there. We're here for Aemon Targaryen. She's like, oh, for God's sakes.
She's like, I'm going to have to write the queen.
Myself. He's not here. He's never been here. And he's like, she's lying. We've heard about you, witch. She's like, are you going to talk to me like that? Or no, and the other guy's like, she's no witch. She's an imbecile. Fucking touched in the head, living out here alone.
Yeah, for too long or whatever.
And she's like, are you going to talk to me like that in my own fortress? And the guy goes to grab at her and is like, I haven't seen a woman in weeks. I'll
make you my salt wife.
This and that. Goes to grab her. She fucking headbutts him, scratches him. But then he gets a hold of her, choking her. And out comes Aemon. Fucking half skilled, though.
Yeah.
Because he's still injured. But he's still clean, makes quick work of two of them.
And he's got Aegon's sword, right?
Yeah, Blackfire.
Yeah.
And he's cutting through them guys real quick. Slams the last one on the weirwood branch, after almost losing. And fucking falls because he's, still weak and injured. And looks over at her and she's like, I see you're making a better recovery. A speedy recovery kind of thing.
So you're feeling better.
Yeah. Or it seems like you've taken a turn for the better.
Yeah.
Then back to Aegon and Larys. And Tyland. But actually, it's just Aegon kind of sitting over in the corner. And Tyland and Larys are talking. He's like, what exactly is your plan? Getting him on a boat to Pentos? What? So he can eat dates and fucking...
No, he says your crossing's going to be plagued by pirates and storms and dragons. And he's like, and then what? Then you finally get there, and he's gonna be what, eating dates, like.
And wait, and while Westeros burns to the ground, and he's like, "We'll be fine." He doesn't have much temperament for the war or whatever. Yeah, he's not going to have it for the fucking heat.
The Bravosi heat.
Yeah,
and he's like,
the monkeys alone.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So he's like, the monkeys alone. He's like, and the people. He's like, and this and this and this. And he's like, don't forget, I've lived with them. I've ate with them. I've even. And he like, kind of pauses.
Yeah, he's like, shared their.
And he's like, and what? I thought he was gonna say maybe shared wives with them or something like that. He got to see how they get freaky deaky.
Yeah, and Laris is like, yes.
What was that?
Yeah. Go on. Go on.
Yeah.
And then during this whole time, the little fucker that's running Rook's Rest, Janice, is sneaking through their bags, listening to them talk about Aegon is king. You just had to do this and that and the other. He finds the crown. He goes up to Aegon and goes,
Gregor, is it?
Gregor, is it? And Aegon just fucking grabs him by the throat or the mouth quick and fucking stabs it.
Flips him over.
Stabs him. And I love this part. Even though in the book Aegon comes off as much of a prick, it's really good to see this part, especially with that guy being so rude to him the episode before. I was like, you may call me your grace. And the guy's clearly still alive hearing that. So that's the last thing that guy heard was like, you thought I was a shit.
Gregor, is it? He's like, I fucking took you, that little bitch.
I told you, motherfucker. Back at King's Landing. And Sir Uther is talking with the goldcloaks down in their quarters, you know.
Or they like to hang dong.
And and they're all bitching about, God, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no fucking nothing.
Our men are dying.
Yeah, our men are dying. We ain't got no money. What the fuck is this all about? And Daemon's sitting there and he goes, we are all, privileged to be here. To be guards and members of this great pinnacle of the world. The center of the reign of, the world.
Yeah.
What happened to that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right?
He's like, and Rhaenyra is gonna rise up, and who do you think I'm gonna be, rewarding or whatever when her empire expands to Dorne, to be a kingdom of 9, to be a kingdom of 12, to be the new Valyria eventually.
Yeah.
He says.
When the wagon's full of cloth and fucking all the joys. Who's going
to get the first pickings of the spoils of war? And
we are.
We are. That's such a cheesy chant. It's us. We are. It's gonna be me. And then he's like, all right, so no more no one travels alone anymore.
Groups of 3.
Yeah, and he's like, you guys go watch this area or whatever. And that's when Damon's like, so the Lord of Flea Bottom apparently hasn't been forgotten.
Yeah. Dish filing.
And he's like, I think that Luther's like, they still aren't getting paid or whatever.
Yeah.
And David ends his speech with like, you'll get paid twice over for what you sacrifice now. Mm-hmm. When all this shit's done, basically. This is when they finally come out of the trees and they find...
The bridge has been burnt, yeah. Oh yeah, it's right after that. I was jumping ahead a little bit. They come to the bridge and they're like, the rivermen crossed it first and burnt it behind them. And he's like, there's no slowing them down now. And Gawain looks like he's going to cry.
Yeah.
He's like,
so we failed?
He literally looks like... I remember that was the first thing I thought. I was like, is he gonna fucking
This is probably
cry?
the hardest thing he's ever done. He's highborn,
Yeah.
Fucking Otto's probably firstborn.
Yeah.
At least son,
Yeah.
So he's finally gone through the slog, and now he's like, so we failed?
And it's
over?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And then it cuts back to Daemon torturing the guy they found.
Yeah, because they heard word, we have
word. That was at the end of the goldcloaks den.
Yeah.
We found somebody.
Yeah, we found a possible,
spy or whatever.
Spy or person involved. And he just starts, they don't start with teeth. It starts with a fucking eyeball. And he's just like...
And the guy's like, I don't know anything.
He's like, okay, then he comes back with another one. okay, so who all did it? Who were your conspirators? I acted alone, I swear. Under whose orders? The king.
No, he goes, and he's like, I acted alone. He goes, what do you think, Luther? The tongue or the eye, other eye? And Luther just goes, he goes, aye, it is. And that's when the guy goes, king! It was the king!
Yeah.
And Luther's like, so what, Aegon? And he goes, no. He's like, my boot.
Yeah, check my boot. And then they pull out a gold coin from his boot, which is one of the coins we saw earlier. He's like, they said it was courtesy of King Daeron Targaryen
for killing all of
the traitors to his throne.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, and Daemon walks out, and Luther just pulls out his sword, the guy's like, no! He's like, yes.
At least it ends there.
He looks at him, I was like, yes.
Yeah, finally. It's
you
my
know
turn.
this is going to happen. And then you're right.
Yeah.
Then it's back to Criston and Gwaine sitting around the campfire. And he's basically like, we could go to Templeton, or we go home, but we can go to Templeton and see if he's got anything planned, He's like, I'm not going.
He goes, my path is still before me.
My path is still before me. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, what do you plan to do? The crossing's been destroyed. Float the river, swim it.
He's like, we're after the river, we'll swim it.
He's like,
so with half the men we started out with?
What for what goal? He's like, you'll be marching to your certain death. And Cole doesn't say anything. He's like, it was your goal all along.
Yeah, this was what you wanted all along. He goes,
He's like, yeah, we were always going to die.
yeah. He's, shit happened in between now that we didn't want to happen.
Yeah, other shit
I thought
happened.
it'd be better than this, but yeah, either way.
I planned on going out gloriously,
And he goes,
A big good
I offered you, not refuge, but like
safe haven,
yeah,
a place,
He goes,
like,
you offered me service.
to your
In
house.
service of your house.
I'm grateful, but I'm done.
Yeah,
I've spent the entirety of my life serving either blacks or greens.
He's like, loyally, and I was devout in my vows or whatever. I was like, first of all.
Yeah, and he goes, and the highborn used me at their convenience when it suited them,
Yeah.
but not anymore. And basically what it sounded like, he's like, I'm not going to go back. He made it sound a little nicer to himself, like, I'm going to die of my own choices.
Yeah,
but in reality, he also
back
said,
thwarted. He's like, I'm the realm's best warrior,
and I will die as such.
And
And
I
they
will
will
die
sing
as
songs
such.
about it, and Queen Alicent will hear them. But I feel like he's also saying that he don't want to go back a loser.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back and be beheaded.
Yeah. Or even I go into hiding or whatever. I'm sticking this out.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be in service of anyone. I'm doing this under my own accord.
Yeah, nobody ordered me to go. You guys are all falling back. Nobody has to go with me. I'm going to fucking die and have a better story told about me than I went back in chains or in disgrace or with my head on a stick.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going out like the realm's best warrior, because that's what I am. But that's when we go to
King's Landing.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra and Alan are in her chambers talking to Daemon, and Daemon walks in saying that the price of our humiliation,
shows the coin,
and then drops the coin
like,
down.
who the hell is this?
It's like, Daeron Targaryen. Ormond declared him king. And he's like, should have fucking burned when we had a chance. And then he just walks out.
But Darren wouldn't have been there. I'm just saying that. Ormond was smart. Darren wasn't even there when Daemon had the chance to burn him.
Yeah. Then back to Criston and Gwaine again. And Criston is given what men are choosing to go with him on Float the River. About how, we're going to be dying. Basically, in the books, it was kind of short and sweet, but it was cool. We're marching to our deaths, no doubt. But we're going to have the warrior.
May the warrior bless our swords. And
the mother guide us, this and this. Basically, all these god references. And during this time, collages are happening.
And before I forget about this, I don't even know if I wrote it down. Gwen is bailing out. He's all packed up.
He's all packed up with
he's
like two of his guys.
Shoulders already like taking off after.
Is he in love with Cole, by the way?
I don't think so.
Because he says, I so desperately want to show you the high tower someday. And then he's like looking at it longingly when he has to leave. I'm just saying.
I don't think it was that much. I think it was just more of like a.
Admiration.
He'd like to have admiration, and he'd like to have someone to hang out with back at Old Town.
Yeah, that he likes. They have fought and spilled blood together.
Up a Mormon, you know.
Yeah, that dick. So yeah, he's looking off at Cole while Cole's starting this speech, and just kind of like, well, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Good. Like I'm basically like I'm never gonna see you guys again. You guys are gonna die.
Death. Yeah.
And I hope that I can get back to Old Town without getting caught and killed myself.
It's a long ass journey. You might go to Templeton.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And so it shows during that speech while he's talking, you can hear his voice in the background. Helena and Allison in their room, and Allison's like trying to sleep, and Helena's on the floor with the cat, kind of like being weird. And Allison's like, "Come to bed," and she's like, she hears something.
Yeah, the cat's like fucking with something on the wall.
So Helena goes up to the wall, starts to feel, and Allison comes up and helps her push, and holy shit, they found another one of Magor's tunnels.
Yeah.
You know, the old tunnel systems, but one we haven't seen before, at least not in this show. So they're like, oh my God, we're gonna get out. They grab a candle, grab the shit, we're gonna go. And basically, I guess Helena got used to the leaving Jahara idea, because she goes in the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
So she must have just got used to that idea. And then it's same with that collage is Damon going to see the goldcloaks again, and it's all empty, quiet. All the candles are not burning in the hallways. And he's like, "Sir Luther," pulls out his sword, sees that in the main room some chairs are knocked over and shit.
Yeah.
Pulls out his sword, calls for Sir Luther. During the same collage, right? Cole's still talking. Helena and Allison are moving through the hallway. But then they get to a fucking dead end.
Yeah.
So somebody collapsed the tunnel.
Yeah.
Somebody had found it and collapsed it at some point.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. She's like, oh shit.
And Helena's just like, it's alright, we'll just go back.
She's like, the door's closed. Like, how are we gonna do that? Like,
and then, is it a rat? You hear something.
The cat chases a rat.
Oh yeah, and then she drops the lantern.
Helena gets freaked out, drops the lantern, and Allison runs to try to get it. No. So they're basically locked in a small tunnel area.
Like an in between the
without
walls.
the light.
Kind of tunnel.
Yeah.
And they just lost their light.
Yeah, and then Damon walks up to all of the gold cloaks that were remaining. All, like, looks like the fucking Last Supper. You know what I mean?
In the back.
And at the back it says "Feast for Traitors," and they're all eyes slit, cut down to their
You can
guts.
see their intestines, what's been like sewn back up and stuff.
All of them, and that one trips me out because how did he get to all of them?
Well, and I think at the very end you see Damon's holding the torch, but it's like the first time you actually see like fear in
Like
his
in
eyes.
his eyes, like holy fuck.
Yeah, like this is way deeper than
They're getting to me in my own city with the men who are supposed to be protecting
my
my
right
own,
hand man.
Yeah, in my city.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So next episode, I'm so excited for it. I want to see if that caterpillar comes up. Did she bring it with them? And they're roaming around in the dark with that deadly thing around or
No
something
shit.
like that. Her visions with the moon. Fucking what's gonna happen with Alice and Damon or
Cole.
Eamon?
Roddy the Ruin and Cole.
I think our next one's gonna be a big battle episode. I'm really hoping for some.
We get another weak ass one because I know there's 8 episodes, so that would technically mean 3 more. If you do one more week one, do 3 week ones in the middle, that's shame on you. See you next time.